leave our presenter to deal with it. And I join you all to welcome Mr. Ankit Kothari. He's from Bombay and he has done his MTech from IIT Mumbai. He is working on an education startup. He loves to read and do coding. Coding is a alien language to me, Ankit. And uh,
Mhm.
Ankit has joined
Good
Heartfulness
morning.
from past 2 years. So welcome very much, Ankit, and all his session is yours.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'll just start this thing.
Yeah, so Ankit, while you're presenting, or if you choose to tell us before, little bit about your experience with Heartfulness also.
My family has been practicing heartfulness, and my dad is also a preceptor, and
Okay,
I'm just Abhyasi. And I
okay.
have been to Kana, done a couple of trainings there. It's a very good experience.
Yeah,
So
it
you can see
means,
my
yeah,
screen now. I think it is
yes,
started.
we can see your screen. Yes.
Okay. I'll begin the presentation.
Yes, please go ahead.
Mm, can you see the full screen? Okay.
Yes, now.
Hmm. Okay. Welcome everyone. This is today's topic is time management, and we are going to talk about how time management can help you how to follow the different time management tips and why people waste time. Little bit that also we'll understand. So let's begin. So time management is life management because see in this world everyone who is living like humans, cats, dogs, birds, animals, we all feel experience the time as flowing, and that is something that inanimate things cannot experience. These things will change with time. The planets will move with time. The vehicles will move with time, but everything they don't not experience time. They flow with time, but they do not experience it. So as a living, any living creature, it will change with time. It will experience sunrise. It will do its daily routine. It will
Ankit,
then go. Yeah.
sorry for the interruption. Can you speak little louder or move the mic little closer to you?
1 minute now.
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah. So the uh, yeah. So time management is life management because we have only one life and we have all the time that we have to live the life, and that's why we should manage our time so that our life will be more successful. So next is how to use time wisely. One of the easiest way to do time management is to make a list of whatever you want to do. Like just take a piece of paper and write down what all you want to do. Like in this, you make a weekly planner. You put all the days of the week, and under that you keep noting down what all you have to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you then keep tick marking whenever you have done the task. So you just have to write in small uh, little sentence like I have to go to doctor this weekend, I have exam on this day. Just write that, and when that thing is complete you put a tick mark so you don't forget what to do, and you have an idea this week I did this much. So that is one of the easiest way. Then there are a few things in your life that you do every day, like your brushing, bathing, having good food, doing exercise, doing meditation and relaxation. These things you have to allot time every day, because you cannot say that I don't want to do this today and not do it. So these activities take a couple of hours in your every day, and you have to allot that, and it should become part of your habit. And these are daily necessary routine activities that you should do every day. Then there are other kind of activities which are not routine. Those activities are also important. So there are 4 type of activities, and you have to prioritize based on how important those activities are. So there are 4 categories of other activities. One is important and urgent. These activities are what is important for a student life, like studying, like reading, attending classes. So these things you have to do, otherwise you will flunk in your exam, or you'll not get good marks. You'll not learn what you have to learn. So that is important activities which are important and urgent. You have to do it in the first priority. Then there are activities which are important but not urgent. So these activities are like sports practice, otherwise maintaining your things like your bicycle, that you have to keep maintained regular. Then there are things like fire drills, which you have to do once a month or once a year. So these things you don't have to do urgently. Like whenever you get free time, and you have to do these things, because these things are important to keep you safe and keep you healthy. Then there are other things which are like called urgent but not necessary. These are things like they create a kind of urgency in your head, which may be real, which may be artificial. Like when you're studying, you get a phone call, and you, even though you are studying something which you need focus on, but that phone ringing will cause you to think, oh, who is calling right now, and you will be distracted. So it is better to keep your phone off if you are studying. Similarly, there will be like a sale in the online Amazon, and then they'll say offer valid only today. So you'll feel like I must do this today only. So these things are not very important, because sales will come again. Then there are birthday parties and all that. If you do too much of that, there is also urgency. Aaj birthday, so you have to celebrate today only. So I mean, you have to use your judgment. If you have exam tomorrow, then you can say we'll do this party later, because you can do anytime, but exam only it comes on. Then there are other activities which are not important and not urgent. These things are like playing games, eating junk food, celebrating, and all that, checking the Facebook and Twitter. So these things, they are like not especially beneficial or anything, and some of them even causes things like junk food and all that. They cause unhealthy behavior. You can do this once in a while, but even then you should avoid doing this, because they are ultimately not very beneficial. You can do once in a while because they're fun to do, but you should avoid them. There are other things that you can. Okay, then we'll
We'll
watch
see
one
a video.
There's a well-known story about a university professor who wanted to make a point about how we make the most of our time. The professor stood before his class with some items in front of him. When the class began, without speaking, he picked up a large empty jar and proceeded to fill it with rocks about 2 inches in diameter. He then asked the students if the jar was full. They agreed that it was full. So the professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly and watched as the pebbles rolled into the open areas between the rocks. The professor then asked the students again if the jar was full. They chuckled and agreed that it was indeed full this time. The professor picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. The sand filled the remaining open areas of the jar. Now, said the professor, I want you to recognize that this jar signifies your life. The rocks are the truly important things, such as family, health and relationships. If all else was lost and only the rocks remained, your life would still be meaningful. The pebbles are the other things that matter in your life, such as work or school. The sand signifies the remaining small stuff and material possessions. If you were to put sand into the jar first, there is no room for the rocks or the pebbles. The same can be applied to your lives. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room for the things that are truly important. Pay attention to the things in life that are critical to your happiness and well-being. Take time to look after your health, play with your children, go for a run, write a letter to your grandmother. There will always be time to go to work, clean the house or watch TV. Take care of the rocks first. The things that really matter, set your priorities. The rest is just pebbles and sand. There's a well-known story about a university professor
ये
who wanted
वीडियो
to...
आपने देखा, इसमें बहुत ही yeah, so in the video we saw that this jar is like our life. Whatever we put into it, that becomes our life. So there are many important things like your family, your health, your well-being. It should always come first, and we should give it maximum priority. Then pebbles are the things that are slightly less important, but that also we have to focus on, like our studies, our jobs, our friends, and all these also we have to put some time in. Then this in this example there was sand. So sand is like all the things that we do for time pass. We go out, we have fun. So this thing is also important, but not as the other two. So we have to give more priority, then our life will be fulfilling and happy. Then now it's time to reflect. Like you have to think that every day what I'm doing. Am I acting according to my priority, or am I doing the easy things that do not take that much effort first? And only we do difficult things when the exams are close or when it is very urgent. Only at that time we'll do the difficult. So we have to think about that, because we have these days so many temptations to do time pass. It is very easy because you have your mobile phone. On mobile phone there are streaming service, and anytime you can start it. It's very convenient. Facebook is also so convenient. You just turn it on and you start getting so much news that you can hardly think. So you have to think that, am I spending time in a counterproductive manner, or am I using it productively? And how can I curb this? Because think about it, you do not benefit too much from using Facebook and Twitter and all that. There is so much random news, so much advertisement, so much fake news that it will waste your time. But who is actually benefiting? These companies who are creating this platform, they are benefiting by taking your time and wasting it. So yeah, you should be careful, and you should use time for your own profit. So now we'll watch another video. Hello. You can hear the sound.
No, Ankit, we can't hear the sound.
Okay, I think there is some problem. Yeah, now it's coming. Everyone can hear it, right?
Yes, yes.
So these were some tips on how to manage time, small tips that are quite useful.
Ankit, there is a request that the video was very fast, so they might want to see it once again.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah.
If you want, I can pause it also.
Yeah, maybe it is a good idea.
Yeah, so first is create a daily plan. Sorry. Second is time limit for each task. Third is use calendar. Fourth is use organize. Fifth is know your deadline. Sixth is learn to say no. Seven is target to be early. Box your activity. Have a clock visibly placed. Set reminder 15 minutes. Focus. Block out distraction like meditate. Track the time you spend. Don't fuss about unimportant details. Prioritize. That is the main thing. Then delegate. Do similar tasks together and eliminate time waste. Time buffering between activities. Hello? You want once more or?
No, it's okay. I'll put that in the WhatsApp group also, so they can watch it again.
Oh, thank you. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's recap now. Like lost time is never found again. So that's why we have to manage our time very judicially, and we should never ignore the important things in life and manage time wisely. So how do you do time management? You have to prioritize whatever you are doing. Should have buffer time in between tasks so that you are not tired all the time. Then you have to note tasks on the calendar so that you don't forget. And then energize yourself. And you have to keep taking enough rest and have good food. So we are feeling energetic for that and not feeling lazy. Then be active and use time wise. So these are all the tips, small tips to manage time better. Thank you. I'll stop screen.
Yeah. Ankit, I have one question before.
Yeah.
There was one thing called learn to say no. So will it not be too impolite to say no? Can you tell us something about it?
I mean, sometimes it may be considered impolite if it is like you have to know that what are your priorities, and sometimes people will say, please help me out with this, help me out with this. But at the end of the day, it is your time that you are giving to people. If they are asking something unreasonable, then you are perfectly within your limits to say no. And it is depending on the situation. Sometimes you have to tell them that I'm sorry, I have my own priorities, and you have to use your discretion.
Yeah, so thank you for that clarification. It is not always impolite. If you accept the thing and you don't do it properly, that is also not useful to somebody. So, better than not doing it properly, you can say, I can't do it, or you can say, give me some time, or whatever is suitable to you.
Yeah.
So, uh, for that moment, you might have to say no, but that
Mhm.
don't mean, yeah, that doesn't mean that you don't want to do, or you might choose to do it later, or you might tell them that, maybe sometime later I can help you, but not today.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think we'll take up some few more questions after the meditation session. Before we go into the session, cadets, I have two questions for you. Again, the same code and same Menti. You just have to go to Menti with the same code. Okay, very quick. I want you to answer this question.
How
Okay, so
long
I'm
should
moving
we
on to
keep
the
our
next
buffer
question.
period? I think it's 15 minutes is good enough because that is the normally how much time people put in between your lectures also, like in
Yeah.
recess periods. Those are normally 15 minutes or 20 minutes. That is good enough. Mm,
Okay, so cadets, can you quickly answer me on this? Which heartfulness tool or technique help you to manage your troubling habits in day-to-day basis? Rejuvenation, okay? Meditation, relaxation, okay? Your troubling habits, something which troubles you and you want to change. Which method you use? Yes, time management. Which heartfulness tool you use? Okay. So meditation is the word, is it? Okay, let's move on to the next question and see. Which heartfulness tool or technique help you to completely get rid of your troubling habits? You can totally come out of it. Cleaning, rejuvenation, okay? Okay, thank you for your responses. I understand a lot about how you are, you know, grasping the things here. Okay, so thanks a lot for your responses. I'm just closing this share now. Okay, so great guys. I have understood that what you have understood about the heartfulness tools, and we are going to exactly look into it. Ankita Gupta, I think we will come back to your question little later. So I just want you all guys to understand one thing is meditation is just connection with our higher self, which so that we are able to understand ourselves better and better. So meditation is just that. The cleaning technique which we do in the evening helps us to remove all the things which are not important for you, which are not necessary for you to keep in your mind. So those that helps you to manage your habits, your impressions on daily basis. So the rejuvenation technique helps you to manage your habits, your thoughts on a day-to-day basis. But the technique which helps you to get completely out of your troubling habits is reconnect. One which you do at the night just before you go to sleep in the attitude of acceptance. That is one tool which helps you to come off of your troubling habits. So today we are going to do both of them. Okay? So while I am speaking, just stay with me. Okay? So shall we start? I will request you all to stay off the chat for some time while we are doing this meditation, this rejuvenation and reconnect technique, and we'll come back to all your questions later. So I'm assuming all of you are seated comfortably with your eyes closed, and as you know, just comfortable but not too comfortable to go to sleep. Yeah. So close your eyes. very gently. You are sitting with an intention to remove all the complexities, impressions collected during the course of the day. These impressions are leaving your system in the form of smoke from your entire back, that is, from the back of your head all the way to your tailbone. The smoke is coming out. Take a while to imagine and feel the smoke coming out from your system, from your back. Just a little bit of imagination and the smoke is already going out. Yes, you are doing good there. Stay with the process, and we are not going to choose what stays and what goes out. Let everything go. If your mind is wandering after the thoughts, gently bring it back to this process of cleaning. Be gentle but firm with yourself and try to be present to feel what is happening in this process. Continue imagining the smoke leaving out. And also be present to feel the changes which is creating in you. We'll continue this for a minute or two. As the smoke is leaving faster than before, you are experiencing nice and light feeling within your heart and your body. Continue for one more minute. Now, gently introduce the idea that a source of light is entering through the front of your body and is going into each and every cell of your entire body, charging them, energizing them, and also helping you to push away the remaining impurities out from your back. So for some time now, continue imagining the source of light entering into your entire body and the smoke leaving out from your back. You are progressively feeling lighter as all the heaviness and impressions are leaving you. You are feeling simpler as all the complexities are leaving you. You are feeling purer as all the impurities are leaving you. And at this point in this process of cleaning, you can suggest any particular tendency or habit is troubling you is also going away. Make a very gentle suggestion that maybe my so and so habit is also going away. And with a positive suggestion that cleaning had been done properly and effectively, you can complete this process. Now, gently connect with your heart again. Try to go deeper within. As you know, this connection is a wonderful feeling you have once you are connected, and it is already drawing your attention towards itself. Stay connected and make this connection a little deeper. Once you are connected, it gradually goes deeper and deeper inside without much of your efforts. Allow yourself to accept and be in the state of acceptance in your heart. This is not about any particular thing or habit. Just be in that state of acceptance. You will feel gradually the vacuum is created in your heart. Your heart has opened up with the state of acceptance. Let this spread across your body and your mind. And resolve that you will not repeat any mistakes, even if they are done unknowingly. And with this firm resolve in your heart, you can ask for forgiveness for any knowing or unknowing mistakes might have been made by you. And try to get lost in the meaning of the words which I am saying right now. You can repeat those lines in your mind a couple of times and try to get deeper into the meaning, what is emanating from those words in your heart. So it goes, "O Lord, thou art the real goal of human life." You can say it twice in your mind, in your heart. "O Lord, thou art the real goal of human life." We are accepting the fact here in this line. And the next line goes, "We are yet but slaves of our wishes, putting bar to our advancement." The second line says, "The reason you have identified the cause. We are yet but slaves of our wishes, putting bar to our advancement." In the third line, we are asking for help. Thou art the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. Thou art the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. Try to feel the attitude and the meaning which these words are creating in you, and stay there with this understanding for a couple of minutes. With this newer condition and the awareness which is created in your heart, let it spread across in your mind and in your being. Gently let it spread across the place where you are sitting, in your room, in your house, and it is flowing out in your neighborhoods. And everyone who is coming in contact with this feeling is also getting benefited and experiencing the same feeling which you have in your heart right now. If you choose, you can very gently open your eyes or take some more time. But stay with yourself even after you open your eyes. And whenever you are ready, you can write in your journal about today's experience.